I think we approach a queer storyline like we approach any storyline. We don't just do a walk-on queer character who comes on for 2 episodes then completely disappears. It's important for our queer characters to be in the hallways interacting with all students, and they're an integral part of the school.
Canadian teen drama Degrassi puts queer issues at the forefront of its 10th season with the introduction of its first transgender character.
Degrassi's the perfect place for this.
The character's name is Adam, a smart yet standoffish grade 10 student who transitions from female to male. The role is played by 15-year-old Canadian actress Jordan Todosey.
What was your initial reaction when you found out that you got this role?
Well, at first, when I originally auditioned for Adam, it was an androgynous lesbian, and then later we found out that Adam is actually an FTM. So he was born in a female's body, but between the ears, mentally he feels like he's a guy.
Coping with high school transphobia and a homophobic stepbrother, Adam sets out on a journey to discover himself.
He has a lot of problems that happen. He gets a bit of beating up and some teasing and whatnot.
Did you miss the sign on the door?
No, I saw it, thanks.
It means guys. And we heard something from B.
Look, I just want to use the bathroom.
By all means, whiz. In the urinal, standing up. What are you waiting for?
Yeah, come on, whip it out. We won't look.
What the hell?
No way! You're actually a chick.
You are in the wrong place then.
Stop! Let go!
Well, I think the most important thing going into writing Adam was we didn't want it to feel like an after-school special. We didn't want it to feel like a PSA. We didn't want it to be like, oh, you are opening a brochure. We wanted to feel really organic. We wanted to get into Adam's head first and foremost. We wanted to know what it was like. We wanted to feel the struggle of what it's like to be a boy in a girl's body, and what that's like at a high school, what it means, and what it means to, for example, get your period during the day, and what it means to have to use. You can't use the urinal, like what bathroom do you use?
How does it feel when you transform into a boy?
It's different. It's mostly not so much for me, but people on set, they're mostly kind of shocked when I first came on. They were like, wait, just a second ago you had long blonde hair, and wait, now you, huh?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm Jordan, but I play Adam, but I'm a girl.
Jordan underwent a total makeover to prepare for the role, starting with getting a short haircut and wearing her brother's baggy pants.
I put on like a toque and kind of taped my my boobs down, walked down the street in some of my brother's pants and whatnot. Mostly it's just, you know, kind of looking at little things that my guy friends would do, like little idiosyncrasies or certain little characteristics about guys. You know, they always check girls up and down when they walk down the hall, and just little things like that.
And tackling a transgender storyline for the first time presented a new challenge for the Degrassi research team.
We went out into the community, we went to lots of lectures. We live in a day and age when we can go on YouTube, and there are so many video diaries on YouTube of really great, interesting trans kids who like have a lot to say and have great stories, and just like hearing all of their personal experiences and sort of bringing bits and pieces of all of those to Adam, who was a kid in a real high school, was really interesting for us.
Well, obviously Degrassi debuting this transgender character on the show, the first transgender character on the show, is a big deal, and it's causing a lot of buzz on the internet,
Yeah.
on the message boards,
Yeah.
and the blogosphere. It's been widely praised, but
Yeah.
then of course there's been some critics who have said, well, why didn't they get a transgendered person
Yeah.
to play a transgendered character? What is your response to that?
I think it's a really fair question, and I think like we all thought about it. We all thought that would be a great idea.
You're actually a chick.
We were just looking for the best person to play the role, and we found Jordan, and Jordan is immensely talented and brings so much of herself and so much into this character and so much vulnerability. And what's interesting is we wanted to show what it's like to be a transitioning person. So Jordan is a girl, and she's trying to be a boy in a high school.
Sometimes keeping my voice low and kind of manly gets really hard. And also I have to keep my hips straight. I can't like do this or anything, and when I lean I can't like do anything girly. I always have to keep kind of straight on and guyish.
And what do Jordan's friends think of her short pixie haircut?
My friends call me Pixie Poop. Yeah. It just kind of stuck. I come to school one day, they're like, hey, pixie poop. I'm like, great, excellent.
Degrassi celebrates 30 years on television this season. You can watch episodes online at ctv.ca or check your local listings. For xtra.ca, I'm Michael Piak.